Today's video, we're going to talk about micro conversions for optimizing Google Ads, how to use them to make more money quicker than you already are. Micro conversions, simply put, are conversions that are not quite, we'll just say, a full conversion. Your goal as an advertiser with Google Ads is to make a profit. To get a profit, you need to make revenue. In order to make revenue, you need to get leads. If you're generating leads, that is. It's not an e-commerce business. But even then, you need to, if you're doing an e-commerce business, you need to be able to get people to load up their shopping cart. In order to get people to load up their shopping cart, you need blah, 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 and on and on and on. What micro conversions are about tracking things that correlate with the end goal of generating a profit from your advertising revenue and from Google Ads for your business as a whole. As you know, people who have put something in their shopping cart correlates with purchases loosely. People who get to the actual shopping cart checkout screen on your website correlate stronger with purchases, as do somebody who just put something in their cart by itself and doesn't reach the checkout. And so with that said, if you track people who just add something to their shopping cart as a micro conversion, and you use that information to steer your ads with, it would be better than steering your ads with nothing at all. Okay? Now, where micro conversions come in handy specifically, and why you even use them versus track the end goal of making a profit, because you can certainly obviously do that, and I don't care if you're generating leads or you got an e-commerce business, you can track purchases. If you're generating leads, you track purchases with offline conversion tracking and taking a sale that occurs through offline, and you get that back into your ad account using the offline conversion tracking process. But with that said, early on when you optimize an ad campaign, you do not have enough data to steer your ads effectively with profit level data or purchase level data. That is specifically where micro conversions come in specifically. That is when and until you have enough purchase/profit data to steer your ads with. Namely, you need to have at least 30, but better off 100 conversions worth of conversion data about the sales that you're making. You rely on micro conversions to start to optimize your ads and optimize your ads sooner, quicker than you would otherwise with only either having the purchase level data and the profit level data or nothing. That is specifically where micro conversions are going to help you make more money than what you could otherwise. Okay, so I'm going to go through what are a few examples here of micro conversions so you understand what this is all specifically about. And then with that said, using micro conversion data, it's so important for you to make more money in your business sooner, how to actually use that micro conversion data to actually make money in practice. Okay, so with that said, getting into the micro conversion examples. A micro conversion would be anything that tracks and correlates with the purchase that isn't an actual purchase or isn't an actual profit generating event. Okay? So what I've got here is I put an arrow here pointing the importance of micro conversions from start to finish, kind of, if you will. So the first thing that you're going to get a lot of when you first set up a Google Ads account, set up some campaigns, is people clicking on a button, just a simple button click. What I like to track it as far as the micro conversion is people who get to the click to go to the FAQ page. Somebody's going to go to the FAQ page, they're a hell of a lot more interested than an average user who gets to the site and would correlate with purchases somewhat. I also like to, beyond that, track people who clicked on the pricing page to look at the pricing of whatever I'm offering. I'll set up those as specific micro conversions so that I can use that information about who did that versus who didn't do that, which is the reason why you make money with micro conversions, and use that to steer my ads with first. Once I've done that, I can move on to tracking no, not tracking, but optimizing my campaigns based upon live chats. That is, if I have live chats going on my website. Somebody who's going to engage in a live chat is going to correlate stronger than somebody who gets to the FAQ page statistically and would use the live chat engagements as a way to steer my ads using Google's machine learning process to figure out the people who chat versus don't chat to steer our ads with, as well as a human optimizer of our ads. We can see who chats versus doesn't chat by device, by keyword, by time of the day, by day of the week, by state, by city, blah, 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 blah. So you could use live chats to steer your ads with once you had 30 to 100 conversions worth of live chat data to steer your ads with. Then you get to the next level and you can do trials. If you have a business that has a trial, a free trial, because if you're in software, you probably live and die off of that free trial. Free trials are not customers. But all customers have had at least a free trial because that's your funnel. So you could track those trials and use that to steer your ads once you got 30 to 100 of those, followed by people who call or fill out a contact form on your site because more people are willing to chat with you via live chat than call. You'll even get it when you're doing live chat on a site. You get them onto a live chat. The goal of a live chat is to sell them on a phone call. And a lot of people will say, no, I'm not ready for a phone call yet. Why? Because you're going to be more statistically likely to turn that and flip that person into that inquiry, if you will, into a customer when they get to that level of commitment of a phone call. Because the longer they stay on the site and the more they've engaged with you, the more likely they are going to be to buy. Because there's the principle of consistency and commitment in marketing and advertising that says people hate feeling like they've lost the time they've invested in something, so they'll be more likely to go through with the purchase the more time they've invested into the research of a particular product or service. So your goal, literally speaking, if you want to make more money with ads, how do you get that person to spend more time on your site? And not through frustration, which, by the way, if that was your goal, they're only going to stay so long anyway. Getting them on the phone gets them to stay on your site the longest. Form fill doesn't get them to stay on your site per se, but it would correlate more at least than if somebody who does a live chat. Because if you have a form fill, people, by the way, they did a study, funny enough, they found that people were more willing to clean a toilet than they are to be willing to fill out a contact form on a website. And that might seem weird to you, but when you start thinking about how the average person, how hard it is for them to type, how quickly they type, particularly older people, the ones with actual money nowadays, you can understand why they'd want to clean a toilet instead of filling out a contact form with 5 or 6 or 7 fields on it. So, which is why multi-step forms work so good, because now there's only one field to fill out. They don't realize there's a string of 7 fields because the last thing they want to do is fill out a 7-field contact form. So anyway, you could set that up as a micro conversion. Then, once you get a little bit further into your campaign, into the process of running your campaigns, you could track, you should track all of these separately so that you have the maximum level of data to work with at any given time and at any given point. Once you get 30 to 100 cart abandonments or cart visits, you can use your campaigns to optimize off of those level of users who got to the cart versus didn't, because that's going to correlate the closest with purchases and therefore profit. And then finally, if you're doing lead generation, you can track qualified conversions or qualified leads. That is, somebody that turned into a lead that you verified was a good quality lead. It wasn't somebody who wasn't price qualified or didn't need that service or product itself. And you do that through keeping a CRM, getting your leads to go into a CRM or a CRM-like system. Have your salespeople update in the CRM each lead that comes through, whether they're qualified or not qualified. And as soon as a salesperson marks a particular lead as qualified, if they came from Google Ads, there's an event shot back over to Google Ads saying this particular user that came through your system, Google, they were qualified, and I want to see which keyword, time of the day, day of the week, so on that person came in, so I can use that information to steer our ads in the future. So those are micro conversion examples. And if you want to get if you are like most people and you want to be able to make and hit profitability with your ads as quick as possible, because you only have so much money to invest in Google ads before you run out of money, okay? Then you damn well want to spend some extra money up front. Yes, you don't like spending money on your setup, I know. But you set up all these micro conversions so that the algorithm that drives your ad results, which that's more than half of your results, that is how smart the algorithm is at getting you the results that you want, has the maximum level of data to work from at any given time, so you get to profitability and break even as quickly as possible. Because once you're obviously hit break even with your ads in terms of profitability, you're in the black, so to say, it's all just a downhill slide. You're going to make money from the money you've already made to make even more money and so on and so forth. Versus run out of money and you're just out of the game. And even if you are making money, it'll help you scale quicker when you have the maximum level of data for the algorithm to work from. Because it's not just a dumb system anymore. It's not, you don't just either bid on a certain keyword or a certain audience and that's it. Google and their machine learning and their algorithm is going to see, okay, the keyword red shoes, they don't see somebody who just searches for red shoes. They see 1,000 different people who search for red shoes on an ongoing basis. And through the conversion data you give it, it learns what part of that traffic on that one single term converts for you and doesn't convert. So, and when algorithms need lots of data to make confident decisions about things, hundreds of conversions, when you can feed it click data from FAQ button clicks on an individual keyword by keyword basis, it's going to be able to start making intelligent decisions for you way sooner in the process and way sooner and way less ad spend necessary and ultimately sooner to work from that has to be spent to get to the end result that you're looking for, that is profitable ads, than if you had to wait for purchases to come through, for the algorithm to tell, A, does that keyword even work, and B, what part of the keyword traffic should I actually be showing up for, because your ad doesn't always show up for a certain keyword. Google's constantly trying to figure out, of the person who searches for this keyword, what part should it show up for, which part should it not? And your profitability of your ads can go up 20 times from the day that you start to 2 years from now, just based upon its learning what part of that keyword and all your keywords you should show up for versus not. They know Google's algorithm not even looks at a person in terms of their demographics, by the way, but all the stuff that they did prior to making that search. Did they go to a competitor site? Did they not? Did they make a similar search before? Did they not? And they could kind of statistically know what the likelihood is of that person coming through on that keyword's likely to convert versus not convert, because they've seen every single person who's made a search like that in the past since the last 20 years. And they've studied it and they've databased it somewhere. So anyway, to make money off of all of this, what you're going to do, first of all, you're going to set up a conversion to track all of this. Then you're going to assign these micro conversions, because you're going to track purchases as well. You're going to track the purchases and you're going to categorize those purchases as purchases in your Google Ads conversion menu. The micro conversions you're going to categorize as a micro conversion in your Google Ads conversion menu. And then your campaigns, you're going to set up your campaigns in the goal settings menu to go for the category of conversion that is your micro conversion category that tracks all these individual micro conversions together. And so that the campaign's optimizing for the micro conversions first. Then when you get at least 30 to 100 conversions of the purchase goal, then you're going to switch in the campaign goal settings menu, because in the settings of that campaign it'll say what goal do you want to optimize for. Then you're going to switch it to optimize for purchases. So you're like I said before, you're using the data that you have at any given time to the best of your, to what data is available, so that your ads can go in the direction of profitability as quick as possible, because it's getting leading data to work with before you have enough purchase data to really be using purchase data to steer your ads with. And to be simple here, or to get the most out of your results, don't just use all these together and set up your campaign to optimize for all these together. Set up your campaign goals in the goal settings menu of your campaigns. Optimize for button clicks until you have 30 chat conversions. Then set up in the campaign goal settings menu under each campaign to optimize for live chats. Then when you have 30 trials, assuming that is relevant to your business, then set up in the goal settings menu of each campaign to optimize for trials until you get all the way to having at least 30 to 100 purchases, and then optimize off of purchases. And then actually you could go one step further, which is to optimize for profit. Okay? That is revenue. And you switch to maximize conversion and value betting strategy. Some businesses, the purchase window, because you're selling something expensive, you will never really know if a person purchased within 90 days of an ad click, which means you can only optimize to the level of that lead being qualified or not, and the likelihood for them to close, and the predicted deal size, and then optimize on that level of data. But you want to do that if that's the situation that you're in, and you only go that far with it, if you will, which that typically happens in business to services, where you're selling services to businesses, but also product to businesses, because businesses don't make a decision very quickly. So you are going to predict the size of the deal and then score the lead and then pass that information to Google Ads and then steer your ads for leads that are the most likely to convert. That is a high score out of 1 to 10. You score that lead, and then what the average deal size is that you're assuming that deal could be. And through a combination of those two elements there, you then steer your ads all based upon all off of that information. But before that, you do go through the same process, optimizing for button clicks, then live chats, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, the micro conversions, as far as that goes, that's how you specifically use micro conversions to make the most money from your ads possible if you're going to do things smartly. And if you want to cut the time, we're trying to make millions of dollars off of our Google Ads accounts. You want to cut the time it takes to get to millions from 5 years to 2 years. Feed in Google Ads the best quality and the most quality data that you can. The better quality data in, the more of it you get, the better the results you're going to get, the quicker you're going to get it. It's really that simple. And it'll take less money into the system to hit profitability. So whereas if you only optimized off purchase data versus feeding in micro conversion data before you had enough purchase data, instead of it costing $50,000 to reach profitability, you could get to that in $7,500. This is a typical scenario that we see if you start using micro conversion data up front to optimize your ads with versus waiting for enough purchases to come in to optimize off of. In markets, going back to business related services, where you're selling to businesses, and particularly services, this is like almost required to be able to make money before you have to spend. A client at our firm's willing to stay with it long enough, or deal with the money that it takes to put into it to get to profitability. The micro conversions make it stomachable, because if you're going to wait to optimize your ads to have enough purchase data to optimize from, or at least having enough qualified data to look at to optimize from, it's going to take so long and so much money, they just don't want to do it anymore. But if you can start optimizing off of signals, micro conversions, that is, people that fill out a form or called and then were verified as qualified leads versus waiting for purchases, now you're going to be spending a fifth of the amount of money it takes to hit to profitability, because the algorithm is going to start steering in the right direction much sooner, which is the reason why you do it. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, usually within 24 hours time. I can answer your questions, and I do that just as a thank you for watching the channel and helping the channel grow. If you are looking for plausible, accurate information that's going to help you go on to make millions of dollars a year in profit for your business, running online ads for your business, this is the channel you want to subscribe to already, as this information is coming from somebody straight from the source of somebody who manages ads 40 hours a week in terms of the strategy side of getting results with ads at our firm. And I give you straight the stuff that works as well as the stuff that doesn't work, which is very unique in that 99% of the information you're going to find online about running ads and ad strategy is going to come from somebody who don't really run ads. They pretend like they do. They're not really running ads. People that sell these courses and are making money off of advertising revenue and all that, they're not really running ads. They're spending all their time to try to sell you that course, basically, period. 40 hours a week, I just do ad strategy for clients to get results for clients that are advertising firm, and I share with you on the side what works as well as what doesn't work. So if you're serious about making money with ads, this is the channel you want to subscribe to as a result, and you should subscribe right now. As a side, if you like the channel, you're going to love my blog as well. You can find my blog that I personally write over at guaranteedppc.com/blog, where you can find step-by-step instructions on specific strategies that are proven at our firm to make money that we use for our clients as a part of the staple strategies that we use. Step-by-step instructions with screenshots with the whole shebang for you to replicate different individual strategies that we use for yourself. You should check that out. If you like the channel, you're going to like the blog as well. If you are looking for somebody to just take over your ads and get results for you on autopilot, this is what we do for clients that are advertising firm. That is, and then with that, we're the only advertising agency though that gives clients a guarantee with the PPC/advertising services that we have. That is, if we do not make our clients more money in terms of profit than they started with, in excess of what our fee is, then we never take a fee from that client, which should tell you about the quality of the services we're actually providing you and the quality of information we're providing you. In order to be able to stay in business, we got to get results for our clients, and that's it. So, but if you want to see if we can work together, which we don't take on just any client, we got to know we can get great results for our clients to be able to work with them, because we're not going to waste our time or yours. If you want to see if we can work together and how much results we can provide you, reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you about potentially working together, and then potentially giving you an 8-quarter projection of the type of results we can provide you after that. If you're not looking to work with an ad agency per se, but you want to be able to get to the really good results and spending less time and less money to do it, if we've worked in your niche market before, you can use the same exact ads, landing pages, campaign templates that we've used to already get great results in your niche market already, probably better results than you're getting. And you can access those templates, if you will, to copy and paste the results we're getting into your ad account to get those same results for yourself overnight, or practically speaking overnight. If you just reach out to me, and of course we can tell you if we've worked in your niche market and what results we've gotten in your niche market, and if you want the same results we have, we can sell you the templates to get it. As long as you're in a different geographic area as our current or past client, it's all fair game to use whatever we're using in a different market, in your own market or your own country or whatnot. These templates, by the way, are great to start other side businesses. If you want to start a new business, want something that you know will be profitable, start with one of our templates that will get a known result to sell a product that we know will already sell in a certain country, and then sell in a different country or a different country that you're in. Or if you want to start a great passive income business, you can start with one of our lead generation templates that will generate leads at rock bottom cost, and you can flip those leads to people in your local market, to people that are in that space, whether plumbing, pest control, what have you. And that's a great way to the best passive income business idea that I know of anyway. We've got several people doing that already using these templates, which is why I bring them up now on every video that we have. It's a very popular product that we sell. That is, the templates themselves we sell as a product. That is the only product that we sell. Our bread and butter still is just advertising services and advertising management services that we sell at our firm. But if you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me. We've at our firm at guaranteedppc.com. We've worked in over 100 niche markets, so the chances are very high we've worked in your market before, and or in a market that you'd like to be in. But with that said, I'll wrap everything up with that. If you have any questions, let me know. As I mentioned, down in the comments, you can ask me any question that you'd like, but I'll wrap everything up with that. I hope that you like this video, and I hope to see you on the next video where we have another great strategy for you then. See you later.